I was lucky enough to pick up a 3070 FE at one of the drops in the UK from Scan and managed to get it at list price instead of paying £700 or £750 that people seem to be paying for them on eBay, which is just insane for a 3070. That's 3080 money. That's more than 3080 money. You get them for 649. But that's just the way the market is, I guess, at the moment. Everyone seems to be paying insane prices for cards. So I thought since I had the 1070 and the 3070, I would do a quick comparison, get some quick stats up for you and let you see the difference. Before we jump into the stats though, let's take a look at the physical differences of the cards. I've never been a fan of the FEs before. They've always had the single fan at the back, the blower type, and it didn't appeal to me. But these new ones, they're this solid aluminium block with the two fans, and they feel solid, they feel nice to the touch. You see alongside it is my old 1070. It was a KFA 2 EXOC, and when I received that 4.5 years ago, I was really impressed with the design. But now that I've seen these from Nvidia, I don't think I want to go back to an AIB board again. Let's take a look at some stats then. So on Assassin's Creed Origin, the 1070 averaged 68 frames per second. The 3070 managed to average 97 frames per second. On Rise of the Tomb Raider, the 1070 managed 60 frames per second, and the 3070 managed 111 frames per second. This was with the highest graphical settings and 4 times super sampling. Then we ran the superposition benchmark because the main reason I upgraded was for better VR performance for my Quest 2. So the 1070 managed to get 26 frames per second on the 1080p extreme test. The 3070 managed 63 frames per second. And when we ran the VR maximum, the 1070 managed 90 frames per second, and the 3070 managed 144 frames per second. When I ran the VR feature test, the 1070 managed 29 frames per second, and the 3070 managed 56 frames per second. So that gives us an overall average frames per second of 54 on the 1070 and 94 on the 3070. And that is an overall improvement of 74%. And a 74% leap is quite a nice leap because usually, generationally, from a 1070 to 2070 you maybe get 25% of a bump, and that's what most people will jump for. But I bought my 1070 in 2016, and that's me just getting rid of it now. So it's lasted me a good 4.5 years, and really the only reason I have upgraded is for the VR performance, because I game at 1080, and the 1070 is perfect for a 1080p monitor in most games. But because the Quest 2 runs, it's almost 4K and 90Hz, you do need a more powerful graphics card. Hopefully this has helped some of you out, you found it interesting. If you did, hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll see you again next time.